tries a lunging right hand that misses. And Hamsho is going to get through this round.
Let's take a look at both fighters in their corners now. The cut over Haglar's right eye seems to be giving him no trouble at all. Let's try to listen to Hamsho's corner as a ring physician comes up to examine the eye. Actually, his eye looks better than it had for the last 2 rounds in that round.
Let me work down. Stay still. Let him work. Let me work down. No problem. Thank you. What? I never seen it so bad. What's the matter? Look at me.
Do you want me to stop?
No. Well then, goddamn it, do what you gotta do. You don't even go. You're letting him get off first on you every time. Where's the mouthpiece? That. Give him his mouthpiece, but give me that.
Take him to the school, man. Okay. Take him to school, man. Let's go, Steve. Come on.
The last great fight held in Chicago 23 years ago, Sugar Ray Robinson and Carmen Basilio. And Basilio's left eye was completely shut and bleeding. He looked like a cyclops, and he went 15 rounds.
And Mustafa Hamsho just trying to emulate that if he possibly can here. And I think you heard his corner there just kind of exhorting him to get getting, and doing so because of the cut. Not in spite of it, but because of it.
The bleeding seems to have stopped a little bit. And he just landed a pretty good shot on Haglar's chin. But getting back to the cuts, they don't look as bad as they did from the start.
Cornermen doing a good job on Hamsho.
I just don't like blood.
Most particularly your own. Looping right hand by Hamsho. Trying to get off first, and that's what you heard Braverman telling him. You're letting him get off first, and that is exactly what's been happening since the opening bell. It has nothing to do with the cuts. 4 punches scoring by Haglar.
Haglar's jab would do more damage than a good left hand because it's consistent, and it makes the cut worse. It opens the cut up. Plus, you have a better chance of setting Hamsho up for a combination.
Hamsho just trying to get on top of his man, get in close, and of course that doesn't help the cuts at all. Haglar goes downstairs that time. And another left hand. But Haglar really has not been able to really hurt Hamsho, and he's hit him with every punch he's got. And again, not a lot of blood on the face of Mustafa Hamsho. Much worse in the 3rd round.
This guy, Hamsho, is unbelievable. I mean, he's taking a barrage of good, solid punches from Haglar, and he still comes. He's still in there.
Haglar stood him straight up that time with an uppercut. And more blood shows from the left side of the face of Mustafa Hamsho. Hamsho still tries to bore inside on him. Haglar pushes him away and uppercuts him. He has scored consistently with that. Blood showing on the side of the face of Marvin Haglar once again now. I think, again, that came from contact inside. Hamsho also looks to be a little bit tired right now. 20 seconds remaining in round 6. Middleweight championship at the Horizon, Chicago. Right-hand counterpunch by Haglar. So when Hamsho does get off first, Haglar counterpunches him. And another right hand, end of round 6.
Ray, 3 rounds ago you were saying you thought it should end. Do you think now you were a little premature?
I think I was. I've never seen anything like this before, Larry. I mean, Hamsho's taking Haglar's best shots. He's dealt with the cuts, and he's still coming, still hanging in there very strongly.
In that round, which we can't say that Haglar didn't win, Hamsho was actually getting to him a little bit. We're getting to the middle of the fight. Let's see if that stamina means anything.
Well, I think it's going to
exchange left hooks there.
Stamina's going to pay off here because these guys are really throwing a lot of combination. They're inside, they're roughing each other up.
Punch. He's dogging it now. He's cut. Deep breaths. Come on, deep breaths. Come on, deep breaths. He's cut. Come on, deep breaths. Hold it. Stay there.
You hear Al Braverman urging his fighter on. That's his job.
Come to round 7. Hamsho's corner has done an outstanding job. They've remained calm. They've pretty much stopped the bleeding. They have done an outstanding job. Very good sharp jab by Hamsho. He's still got something left. This time Haglar has opened up the eye once again of Mustafa Hamsho. Haglar seems to be pacing up a little bit here in round 7.
Well, I'm impressed with both men. I'm impressed with Haglar, his talent, the way he utilizes the ring, with his combinations. Very impressed with Hamsho. You know, he just stuck his tongue out. The guy's tough.
Well, the crowd here really picking up the tempo as well as the fighters. Haglar continues to circle his man, not waste any punches, score with most of the punches that he's throwing. Referee Octavio Miran taking a good close look at the eyes of Mustafa Hamsho now, which are bleeding a little bit more. Haglar just working his man, circling him to the left. Counter punch with the right hand, scores on the face of Hamsho.
You know, one thing that's paid off for Haglar is that he's always in shape because they had such a fast pace going, and normally a fight would be completely exhausted at this pace here.
Good indication of just what you were talking about in the last round, Ray. Two quick jabs opened up the right eye once again of Mustafa Hamsho.
Yes, the jab opens the cuts and it continues to bleed and blinds the opponent.
Little blood showing on the side of the eye once more of Marvin Haglar.
You know, Haglar went downstairs, and I think it stunned Hamsho for a second.
Haglar being very workmanlike, very effective, up on his toes now. You and I talked in your fight. When you do get cut like that, sometimes it affects the peripheral vision, the vision to the side. I know you concerned yourself with that in your fight with Thomas Hearns. I can't help but wonder if that's not what's happening to Hamsho right now, and Haglar seems to be taking advantage of it.
Yes, he is. Haglar has the experience to take full advantage of the opportunity.
And there's a right hand that sends Hamsho reeling. Hamsho comes right back up and sticks his tongue out. And to round 7.
I don't know what it does when a fighter lands his best punch and the other guy sticks his tongue out at him, but it couldn't have done the other fighter any good either.
But you know something, Larry? If Mike trains this to me, Mike, don't ever let me fight this guy Hamsho. No way.
We're going to take a look at those punches right here at the end of the round. A solid right hand, and bang, he comes right back with it. This is a different Haglar than we have seen. Most fighters move away from him, and he has to press the attack. Here we see him dancing, coming in, throwing combinations, and doing a textbook job early in the round here, just doing it as well as he can.
Hands up, hold the hand, let's go. Here you go, Mike. Yep, let's go. Grab his chair. Come on, grab that shit.
Well, there is no questioning the fitness of these two fighters. There is no questioning the gamesmanship of these two fighters. Haglar comes right out with a right-hand lead. I think it got a pretty good indication of what kind of a punch Hamsho could take in that replay that you just saw between rounds. Haglar had his man off balance and hit him a ton with a right hand, and Hamsho didn't go down. Back against the ropes goes Hamsho now, telling Haglar, come on, let's get getting.
You know, normally you can tell if a fighter's hurt by watching his legs. You know, he has a little jerk to him. But it's quite difficult to determine whether or not Hamsho is really hurt because of his style. He comes in normally off balance. Very difficult.
Hamsho Hamsho showing himself as a more than qualified contender here. Slashing right hand again by Haglar to the chest, and a right hand right on the button of Hamsho, but Hamsho doesn't take a backward step. He's back with a combination of his own, and a left hand to the chin once more by Haglar. Right hand scores to the side of the face. Haglar is really being like a surgeon, and Hamsho has taken it all. 3 punches right on the nose.
I'll say again, that one punch won't take Hamsho out. It's going to take a series of punches.
Another whistling left hand to the side of the head of Mustafa Hamsho, and a right hand scores. And Hamsho, maybe for the first time, takes a backward step. Haglar trying to measure his man, get him on the way in if he can. The cuts have not been a major problem for Mustafa Hamsho since